guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Autumn Vera with Meraki V Writes. So I am so happy to have you guys back with me today. I have a wonderful unboxing from Book of the Month. And some of the books I did get in September, but because it was only like two, I decided to just do one altogether for September and October. The first book for the September box that I got from Book of the Month is Bringing Down the Duke. This is by Evie Dunmore, and I have been inquiring about what kind of books I wanted for September. I wasn't sure if some of the picks for that month were suited for me. I kind of looked at all the synopsis and I was just like, nah, I don't want any of these. I picked one of the suggested ones down at the bottom that said, oh, or you can choose this month's favorite. So I chose one of the regular books, which is Bringing Down the Duke. It is about an extraordinary woman who is trying to get women's rights passed, but of course that is difficult to happen with the dukes and royals trying to block women from voting and having certain rights. Going about her journey to advocate for women's rights, she meets a duke by chance, and unfortunately they bump heads the entire time. He loves her mind, but he hates the way that she speaks, and as a lady during the 1879 century, they are not supposed to have spunk in them, and she is full of spunk. And so of course this is all about her trying to bring down the Duke, trying to make him see reason and to get him on her side, so that way she will have someone to attest for the rights and the purposes that she's trying to get passed. So I think I'm really going to like this book. They said that it is brilliant and that it is lovely, and the romance, chemistry in this is just amazing. So hopefully it will be a fun read. If you've had a chance to read this, let me know your thoughts in the comment below. The next book that I got for my September reads is Havenfall by Sarah Holland, and I was able to pick this book out. It was still in the fantasy category of Book of the Month, and I was so happy that it was. I did get a chance to read an extended excerpt from this before the book came out on NetGalley. However, since I have the advanced copy now from NetGalley for the second book, I wanted to go ahead and get the first one so I can go over and read it. The cover is beautiful. I absolutely love it. Whoever came up with the design did a fabulous job, and I love the gold accent against this blue. It just pops. So I am excited to read this book. If you haven't heard about Havenfall, let me just give you a quick overview. Havenfall is basically a place in the mortal realm that is linked to different worlds of fantasy, different worlds outside of ours. And Havenfall is basically a mutual place, a mutual ground. No matter what kind of conflict you have with the other worlds, they are not able to attest or follow through with anything on Havenfall grounds. It is considered sacred. However, as soon as leaders of the different worlds are getting murdered one by one, something or someone has been released and is causing havoc. A young girl is charged with finding out who it is, so that way she can later on take over the Havenfall grounds and be its leader and caretaker. So I am excited to get into this novel. I did, like I said, read an excerpt and it was fantastic, so I can't wait to read more. And yeah, hopefully this will probably be one of my November and or December reads before the new year starts. All right, now to get into my October books that I picked out for Book of the Month. The first one is The Space Between Worlds. I have been seeing this all over Bookstagram, and of course this isn't the special edition copy with the purple in it. That one is gorgeous. If you guys know where I can get a copy like that, let me know please. I would love to have it. But I also love this cover as well. This is a sci-fi book, and while I'm not keen to reading sci-fi, I am open to reading more books within that genre, and I don't know, sci-fi hasn't meshed well with me as of yet, so I'm hoping this will change my mind. It is about a young flyer who is charged with going into different worlds, and the thing about going to different worlds is that the different worlds consist of another self, another you. And because you cannot travel to where another you exists, that is difficult for a lot of people from her world to do. Because the different variants of her are passed on throughout the different worlds, she is able to fly without limits, and that is considered valuable in her day and age. And so she is tasked with going to a different world. However, when she gets there, she meets someone who changes her entire view. So I am excited to read this book, to get into it, to see exactly what it's about, to see how I like the main character. Her name is Carla, I believe, and just to finally take in a sci-fi book that I may actually enjoy. But if you have already read The Space Between Worlds, let me know what your thoughts were and what you thought about the main character. And I absolutely love this book, guys. It is gorgeous. The next book that I got from off of Book of the Month for October is The Ties That Tether. And this one, again, is another gorgeous cover. But this book is about a young Nigerian girl who has a promise to keep to her father before he passed on, that she will marry another Nigerian and continue with the family legacy of marrying within your own race. However, she is not too keen to marrying someone from her own race. She doesn't want to feel that pressure, and because her mother is pushing her to keep her promise, she feels compelled that she has to do her family duty and follow it through. However, after one long, wild night of partying, she wakes up and finds that she's in bed next to someone who's not Nigerian. He is Caucasian, and as their relationship goes on throughout the novel, she finds that she's falling for him, and now she has to pick whether or not she is going to ruin her family's reputation or pick from her heart and decide to go ahead and continue on with this relationship. She is pressured and she must decide for herself what exactly she wants to do. I think The Ties That Tether is going to be an amazing book. The cover itself is just gorgeous. I love the cover in this. It's just beautiful cover. I am picking more romance novels because I tend to do more fantasy action than anything. So I was like, I need a little bit of romance novels to balance out my shelves. So I believe this is going to be a great read. If you've read this, let me know what you thought. All right, and the last book that I purchased for my October Book of the Month box is We Hunt the Flame. And I, again, have been seeing this all over Bookstagram, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. My ring light is bouncing off and it's causing a bit of a glare. But if you can see this, it is just, it's a gorgeous cover. I just absolutely love it. And because, like I said, I'm into fantasy, I know I'm going to enjoy this one. People have been raving about it, and I was like, I need to get a hold of this book. What are they raving about? Because I need to know. This gives me lots of feels of Aladdin, of course, and I just wanted to quickly go over this. This story is about a young heroine named Saphira, where she is disguising herself as a man, kind of like a Robin Hood sort of thing, where she's going around making sure that her people are being fed, that they are taken care of under a cruel sultan. And his son Nazir has a duty to his own father, the sultan, to ensure that he does not show compassion, that he punishes those who go against his father. Because both of these young people are pressured to do what they must, what people are expecting of them, they have become legends in their own right. While Safari is not sure she wants to become a legend, she is known as the hunter because she goes out, gets food, gets artifacts, gets anything that she needs for her people to survive, and Saphir is just known as a cruel prince. But when they are both tasked with finding a lost artifact, things break loose from there. They run into each other and their chaos ensues. Not only that, an ancient evil is now out to get this artifact as well. So I am intrigued as far as what the journey will lead for both of them and how things will turn out for Safari as she is continuing on her journey to try and find food and just resources for her people to survive. So I am definitely intrigued. That, like I said, the cover is gorgeous. I can't get enough of it. All right, thank you for joining me today. That is all for my Book of the Month box for September and October. I do have a couple more videos coming out this week, so be sure to stay tuned for those. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.